worse, they fought their way into the ring vault. If you ask me, they're trying to get their hands on the emblem rings.
Booting up Fire Emblem Engage for the first time, I was a little apprehensive. After thoroughly enjoying Three Houses and indeed Fire Emblem Warriors 3 Hopes, the lines between the two genres felt like they could be about to blur. But within minutes my fears slid away because Engage is a Fire Emblem game through and through and in many ways feels like a bit of a greatest hits. The Engage subtitle plays more of a role than the usual Fire Emblem title that underpins the story, like Awakening or Three Houses, etc. Here it's both deep-rooted within the story, but also the newest and most interesting mechanic. The story of Engage is played out by a new cast of characters, but the greatest hits aspect comes in the form of using emblem rings to summon in emblem characters from the past. Alia, the male or female, it's your choice, protagonist of Engage, can summon these Engage characters, and once that's done, they can share the ring with a fellow party member who can bond and engage with them as well. The only one I'll mention for now, though, is the first of these emblem rings you get, which summons Marth to your side. The idea here is that Marth enhances your capabilities with passive and active buffs, but also special moves relating to his character. You can probably already imagine the depth that this sort of thing offers, and the heroes from past games that aren't just sword-based that could change battles in your favour. Initially, once engaged, you can stay that way for 3 turns, so there is no urgency to use the special move, but it is a tactical decision, though you can also replenish your engaged meter once burned by landing on specially designated slots on the map, and thus re-engage for another go around. But that's really just the start of things. As you make use of your engaged hero, you'll grow with a bond level. Each level will add another new buff, whether it's +2 strength or some passive ability, and after level 5 you can inherit these skills. This means that should you choose to, you can go and use some of the in-game currency to add Marth's bond skills to Alia, while moving the actual ring itself to another character and start building up their bond and thus their potential skills as well. It's complex to explain, but it's easy in practice, and it adds yet another layer to the tactical combat on offer throughout what I've played so far. What it means in practice is that there is a seemingly almost endless wealth of stats to play around with based on how you mix and match your party, but also how you mix and match your emblem rings. Of course, there's also the whole RPG element akin to Three Houses present here, but I'm pleased to say that from what I've played so far, it feels quite streamlined. In fact, that's something that can be said of the entirety of my time with Fire Emblem Engage so far. Whereas Pretenders to the Throne have copied the tactics-based gameplay before with all the animations of battle and tried to improve it, often they have to include ×2 speed-up options and more. Engage doesn't need to so far because everything is just so snappy and fast. For instance, when you action an attack, the camera zooms from the top-down perspective directly into the action and back out again when complete, but if you do want to speed it up for some reason, tap the B button and the animation will be skipped and you're back to the tactics screen. Likewise, you can hit start on the enemy turn and it will skip the entire thing, getting you back into the action. I wouldn't recommend this aside skirmishes or optional battles, but it's always a good option to have. Of course, if you want to, it's also that option though you can just skip these animations entirely and just make it a good old-fashioned top-down tactics game, but I suspect people won't do that because the game looks so good. Elsewhere, all the information you need is on the same screen now. In a battle, you can see your stats and nothing is buried beneath reams of menus. Accessibility seems at the forefront for intelligent systems with Engage, and once again this is why it feels like a combination of everything good the series has done beforehand, at least so far. The combat is so tight and it's as glorious as ever. Getting a crit still amounts to one of the best feelings in a game I've ever had, but everything feels honed to almost perfection. There are few games that channel that tactical feeling of playing chess without, actually playing chess, but Fire Emblem is one such experience. And there's no doubt in my mind that if Fire Emblem Engage can stick the landing and continue in this vein, it'll likely be the best the series has to offer yet. And before I head back to playing it, I do want to offer up something that truly took me by surprise. This game is gorgeous. From the character designs and artwork to the animations, cutscenes, colourful battle arenas, it's kind of not what you expect from Fire Emblem in some ways. There's a sheen to the vibrant art design that feels like it's almost on a higher plane than usual, and after playing a game like Pokemon Scarlet, Engage almost feels next gen, thanks to the vibrancy of the aesthetic and the amount of fully voiced dialogue. with a soundtrack that's been stuck in my head too so far. Really, all that's left to say is I just can't wait to play more, and this feels like it could be that perfect game to hide away from 2023's dark winter months with, and dare I say it, this could be perhaps the best Fire Emblem title ever. Fire Emblem Engage is coming to Nintendo Switch on January the 20th, 2023. Check out godisageek.com for the full written preview and a review nearer the time, and you can see our 2023 release calendar to plan out what you're looking to play in each month. I've been Adam Cook for godisageek.com. Thank you for watching. Do subscribe, hit the bell button and the like button, and leave us a comment. Tell me what your favourite Fire Emblem game is, because I'm genuinely interested to know, because it's there's a lot of them now, isn't there? There's a lot of them. But yeah, tell me your favourite, or maybe just where you entered the series. What was your first Fire Emblem? Thanks very much, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye for now.